There's a heavy silence in the air around venture partnerships, a silence filled with unspoken truths and missed chances. It's this quiet force that's reshaping investment strategy more than any flashy headline or boardroom showdown ever could. And if you've ever felt the sting of being overlooked or the frustration that, no matter how hard you push, your impact seems to slip through the cracks, know this: you're not alone. It's a trap so many fall into, where the weight of expectations threatens to crush the spark inside, where systems designed to support you somehow end up strangling your true potential. This isn't just about numbers or portfolios. It's about the collision between the powerful hunger to create something real and the old, rigid models that keep you fenced in. But what if the real key to breaking free doesn't lie in fighting louder or playing more by the rules, but in something far subtler? In the quiet shaping, in the invisible hand of the venture partner who understands their role as the pulse beneath the surface rather than the spotlight itself? Here's the hard truth that no one wants to say out loud. The world of investing is built for the many, but designed to serve the few, often leaving the restless, the exceptional, the quietly radical talent lost in the noise. You've seen it: the endless rituals of presentations, the polished pitches that lack soul, the invisible walls between true innovators and those who just want to lobby for power. In that endless cycle, many venture partners feel like ghosts, present but unseen, crucial but silenced. It's not because your voice lacks value. It's because the stage is set to reward volume, not substance. But when you realize this, when you truly see it, that's the moment the game changes. You don't have to shout to move mountains. The power lies in the subtle bets, the connections you forge quietly behind the scenes. The choices you make not because the crowd follows, but because you see the flame others miss. Venture partners don't just fund ideas. They spark movements, build ecosystems, ignite futures. And what's impossible for one can become inevitable for a collective. This is your leverage point, to create that hidden, unstoppable force, one rare link after another, carefully chosen, passionately nurtured, fiercely aligned. Imagine being part of a network where brilliance doesn't compete but connects, where your insight multiplies not because of power plays but because of fierce, genuine alliances. This is the quiet revolution you're wired for. But breaking out of the old mold means facing hard questions. How much of your energy is spent chasing approval? How often do you fall into the trap of scaling noise instead of essence? The system wants you busy spinning wheels, while your true impact gets buried beneath layers of routine. The worst part? You feel the drag, the slow suffocation of your fire, but fading out feels like failure, so you push harder, doubling down on a game rigged against the exceptional. It's exhausting. It's maddening. Yet what if patience, not haste, is the secret weapon? What if your greatest strength is not in frantic urgency, but in razor-sharp focus on the few connections that truly matter? Contrary to everything the world shoves at you, real power in venture partnership is found in selectivity. You don't need to say yes to everything. You don't need to disperse your energy across endless deals or follow every trend. The difference is radical alignment, working only with founders and ideas that burn as fiercely as you do, that challenge every assumption and fuel the becoming of something unprecedented. This isn't about playing safe. It's about being ruthlessly authentic. The rare moments when you say no are your greatest acts of freedom, because they sharpen your yes into a weapon with precision. When you align only with those who share your hunger, that's when the quiet shaping of investment strategy turns into a seismic shift. Look beyond titles. Forget the comfort of roles and hierarchies that try to cage your influence. The essence of venture partnership is sovereignty, your will as your weapon. It's not about fitting into a pattern, but breaking it. Investors are told to be patient because the long game wins, but do you live that truth or just nod to it politely? Embrace patience like it's the air you breathe. The world is obsessed with speed and noise, but those who build legacies know the relentless power of slow, thoughtful moves. It's in years, not quarters, where the quiet strategy yields massive returns, where ecosystems grow from unlikely seeds, and where deep connection overturns superficial gains. And here's a paradox that's hard to swallow but essential. Your greatest asset isn't your capital, your network, or even your reputation. It's your capacity to redefine reality. to see what others don't, to question what everyone assumes, and to refuse settling for the world as given. This means sharpening your critical eye, never taking any truth at face value. Rules, designed to limit, consensus, a cage for the cautious, freedom, often just a mask for conformity. Your edge is relentless questioning and radical transformation. That's how quiet shaping happens. When you refuse to accept what everyone else does, you become a beacon for founders who aren't content with incremental change, but want to rewrite the future. None of this is easy. It means stepping further into isolation before connection, walking paths few dare to tread. It means being misunderstood, sometimes dismissed, even drifting at the margins before finding your true tribe. But the pain here is the price of power. The world lacks infrastructure for radical individuals, for the rare few who burn with a purpose bigger than themselves. Systems don't hold space for the exceptional. You have to build that space, link by link, spark by spark. Where others see chaos or risk, you see opportunity born from rare collaborations. The rare few cannot be found by casting wider nets, but by digging deeper into the few who share your fire. And when you build that network, when you weave those relationships, something miraculous happens. Your impact isn't just multiplied, it becomes transformative. You stop being a lone voice echoing in empty rooms. Instead, you become part of a living organism, an autonomous network where difference is honored and unity is forged through individuality. This network is where real innovation thrives, where the misunderstood find their place, where brilliance is joined by fierce complementarity, and where the future is created in quiet synergy. This is beyond community or company. It's a movement fueled by the few willing to go all in for the world that should be, not the one that exists. If this all rings true deep inside, that's not coincidence. It's the call your intuition has whispered for too long. You're not here to conform, to wait your turn, or to dim your light for the sake of comfort. You're here to be sovereign, to wield your will uncompromisingly, to cultivate the patience to outlast trends, the critical mind to shred illusions, and the radical vision to remap the future. You're here to be part of the quiet shaping of investment strategy by those who do not settle, by those who build infrastructure for brilliance rather than noise. This is not about changing the world in broad strokes. It's about unleashing the power of the few so potent that transformation becomes unstoppable. Every day spent playing by old rules, every moment silenced in the echo chambers of conformity, is time lost. Yet every step taken towards radical alignment, every connection forged with those who burn as fiercely as you do, sets the stage for revolution. Not in the world outside, but within the ecosystem you're part of. This is the future of venture partnership, a world where silence speaks volumes, where invisible hands build empires of meaning, where the rare are found, honored, and unleashed. It's ruthless. It's patient. It's relentless. It's the pulse beneath the surface, the quiet shaping that shapes everything. So this is the invitation: to stop chasing false freedom and start practicing true sovereignty, to be fiercely selective, brutally patient, and relentlessly critical, to become the rare, unstoppable force that remakes investment strategy from the edge. Your fire isn't for dimming. It's for lighting paths others thought impossible to follow. The system may have forgotten you, but the truth is you are the system's next evolution. Quiet, powerful, and impossible to ignore. Embrace it. Build it. Live it. Because the future isn't waiting for the loudest voice. It's waiting for the rare few who dare to lead quietly and burn wildly.